Welcome to So Far So Good, Flip School's very own podcast series, where we have some interesting conversations with some of our Flipsters. I'm Shachi, your host for the day. Have you ever stopped to think about how inclusive our daily interactions are? So today we will be diving into the concept of daily inclusion, and we have with us today Petula Dias, Manager Inclusion and Diversity at Flipkart.
Thank you for having me, Sachi.
So let's start with the big question, which is the why. So why do you think it's important for all of us to incorporate daily inclusion at work?
First of all, I think our jobs are a big part of our life, and we spend so much of our time here at work. Therefore, it's important for everyone to feel safe, valued, and respected. Secondly, I think exclusion sort of comes easily and naturally because of the biases that come into play. Therefore, it's very important that we practice mindful inclusion every day.
That was so wonderfully put, Petula. So I think that brings us to our next question, which is the how. So how can we mindfully and consciously start showcasing daily acts of inclusion in our work or with our teams?
I think first of all, being aware and recognize everyone's differences. Are you ensuring that while there's a conversation happening, everyone in the room understands the language that you're using? Secondly, I think while we plan for team engagements, is everyone's preferences considered? While we do have team meetings, are we ensuring that those who are in the room and who are virtual, everyone's point of view is being considered? Using inclusive language, I think very often we hear people say, "Hey guys," but that's not inclusive. So are you ensuring that you're using the right terminology? And I think also being in a space of, hey, I may not have it fully, I may not be fully aware right now, but I'm on that journey and being open to learning. I think that's very important.
Inclusion is such an important step at Flipkart, so much so that it has become a part of our core value, right? So now we have a next segment where I will be sharing some statements and I want you to help us bust those myths.
Sure, let's go.
So we have the first statement with us, which is inclusion just means treating everyone the same.
No, I don't think that's true. Inclusion is not about sameness. It's about respecting and valuing the differences. If you're looking at only sameness, then you are ignoring the need for addressing specific needs or challenges that people have. But whereas inclusion is all about embracing the differences and valuing the differences.
Wow. So our second statement is inclusion is the responsibility of the leadership.
I don't think that's true because while the leaders might set the tone for inclusion, it is the responsibility of every individual, every team member. It might just be a team member who's collaborating on a project or someone who is supporting an idea of a team member. I think inclusion is for everyone and the responsibility of everyone.
So we have the third statement now, which is it's enough to avoid exclusionary behavior.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's enough because inclusion is more proactive than reactive. And we have to actively seek ways in which we include people, ensure that diverse voices are being heard. You're looking at various perspectives of people, and you're enabling everyone to contribute to the conversation, right? So I think inclusion is more proactive that way.
Great. Thank you for busting those myths for us, Petula, and thank you so much for joining us on the couch today for this conversation.
Thank you for having me, Sachi.
Thank you so much. Thank you for tuning into this episode, and we hope you found it insightful. Don't forget to share and subscribe, and look forward to more episodes.